Hi! My goodness, it has been so long and so much has happened since we last spoke. I grew a mustache, the Oakland Zoo closed, then reopened, then closed again because of the coronavirus pandemic, my hair grew longer, and I really got to up my mask game. Take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd, give a meal, razzle dazzle, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack, look for the bare necessities. Now enough about me, how have you all been? Staying safe and having a good holiday season, I hope? I wonder, did any of you send any new questions since I last checked? Type. And search. Oh my goodness, look here. Some of our past askers sent in additional questions for us to answer. Do you remember Jackson from our very first video? He had asked about giraffe necks, and now he wants to know about rhinoceros, their horns, and why they have them. First off, the rhinoceros family has some pretty cool claims to fame, including the most ancient species of modern-day mammal and the rarest large mammal. Now, there are 5 species of rhinoceros in the world, and the number of horns really depends on what kind you're talking about. The Javan and the greater one-horned rhinos, for example, have, you guessed it, 5. I'm just kidding, it's 1. They have 1 horn. And black, white, and Sumatran rhinos have 2. There was one reported instance of a singular 3-horned rhino back in 2015, but that's extremely rare and probably due to a one-off genetic variation. Their horns are made out of keratin, the same stuff in our hair and fingernails. Ooh, I really need to cut these. These horns may even be how we got the myth of the unicorn. Although whoever first thought this might have been nearsighted, just like a rhino. Next up, we have the return of a question-asking superstar. Charlotte previously asked about snake diets and zoo animal origins. Now she asks, will some animals hang out with other kinds of animals? Different species can have all sorts of different kinds of relationships with one another. One you may have heard of is called a mutualism, when both animals in the relationship benefit. Some really famous examples of this are sea anemones with clownfish and warthogs with meerkats. Now, I want to show you one of my favorite mutualisms, the giant African millipede with the mite. Tiny arachnids that are barely visible to the naked eye. With this pair, the smaller mites eat the dead tissue, general debris, and even parasites off of the larger millipede. So both parties benefit. The millipede gets a free cleaning, and the mites get a free meal. That's kind of like when my friend John helped me pack up to move and I bought him pizza. And before you ask, no, these millipedes have never bitten me. No, these mites are not harmful to people. And yes, of course, John and I ate all the pizza. Here at the Oakland Zoo, we have several habitats where different kinds of larger animals hang out together, like the giraffes with the elands, or the agouti with the macaws, or the plated lizard with the pancake tortoise. Our final question this episode goes back to Jade from week 2. This time around, Jade asks whether it's possible to adopt animals from the zoo. Now, adopting actual living animals from the zoo is not something we offer, but allow me to give you an alternative. At the Oakland Zoo, we have what's called symbolic animal adoption.
But Patrick, what even is a symbolic animal adoption?
Ooh, good question, Patrick. So for folks who want to support ongoing animal care here at the zoo, as well as conservation efforts around the world, you can make a donation to our Adopt an Animal program. Link here. It has come to my attention that our YouTube channel does not have floating link capabilities, so sorry, I'm going to put that into the caption below. One of the really cool initiatives that we focused on recently was helping with sea turtle nesting sites in Guatemala. Adopt an Animal program funds also went toward veterinary hospital equipment and wildlife rehabilitation, like with the recently rescued mountain lion cubs. And as if helping animals weren't enough on its own, when you symbolically adopt with us, we will send you some thank you swag. Depending on your level of adopter, you could get things like a stuffy, a certificate, an animal fact packet, a one-time family pass to visit, admission to our annual fundraising event, and this folder. It's actually a really nice folder. Our Adopt an Animal program has grown immensely since lockdown and honestly has been a huge part of our ability to continue to take care of the animals. We are not sure when we will be able to reopen to the public again, but in the meantime, let's get at some of those things you're curious about. Send in your Ask Me Anything questions using the link to the Google form in the caption below. And I'll see you real soon for episode 8. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay curious.